We do, of course, take you through the weather and how things are looking every single day and you here at the SABC. But it seems like it's an important conversation to have again so that you understand when it comes to the warnings, what should you look out for? What do they mean for you? And how then do you begin to then prepare for your trip? So my colleague, meteorologist Mpho Rasimphi, is joining me for this conversation. Mpho, this is quite an important one because when we're speaking to different people, even just today, people are saying we were aware of the rainfall, but not this, but not the impact, but not what's going on. So I see you have a graph behind you. Just take us through some of the warning systems. What does the green mean, the yellow, etc.?
Look, thank you so much, Ivongi. Look, we're going to concentrate on the yellow, the orange, and the red, which are the most significant. So we have level 1 until level 10, which is the levels which actually the warnings come with. So in terms of the color coding, we're only concentrating on, we determine the combination between the level of impact that is expected. Remember, when we talk about wind speed of 40 kilometers per hour here in Gauteng, it won't cause the same impact as it is in the Eastern Cape, as we call it, the windy city. So we're talking about the level of impact in terms of the environment that we're predicting on, and also the likelihood of that event happening. So those two factors are the ones that determine the levels that we're going to issue. Let's talk about the level 2, which is the most common in most time. So we talk about the level 2 warning when we have high confidence of that event will happen, but it will cause minor impact. We're talking localized flooding. Let's take rainfall, for example. We're talking about localized flooding of settlement, minor road accident in terms of a road being slippery and also visibility being reduced. Now let's go up and talk about the level 9, where we have, as much as we might have a medium confidence of the event happening, but it is expected to cause severe impact. We're talking, let's go back to the example of rainfall. Now we're talking widespread rainfall, widespread flooding in a big area, we're talking more than 100 millimeters of rainfall within an hour. That will cause more damage. We're talking roads and also bridges being destroyed, and also property being destroyed in a widespread area, communities being dispersed. So basically, in terms of the level, it's just a matter of how confident we are of the event happening, and also what impact. Is it severe, is it minor? In terms of, that's how the levels, actually, we come about the levels.
So I suppose in light of this then, Mpho, it means people should pay close attention to the weather reports, but at the same time, prepare accordingly and take them seriously.
Look, we're getting to a point right now, let's be honest, we're getting to a point right now where the weather is starting to become a very, very, very serious thing. Now, you were talking about climate change, and I always say, the only one thing I can say about climate change as a meteorologist is that nowadays the events are becoming more, they are occurring more, and they're becoming more severe. I mean, earlier this year we had the biggest storm surge you could have had in years over the Western Cape, over Cape Town. So these events are coming more and more and more. And the only way to deal with it is for us to say that when a warning is issued, for us to take it seriously. I mean, on Wednesday, like they said, we had an advisory coming out saying, well, there is a cutoff flow. And remember, what made this cutoff flow very significant is because we had a cold front ahead of it. So temperatures were already low. So when the cutoff flow comes in, drops temperatures even more significantly. That is one of the reasons why the snow became more disruptive. So basically, the warning was out. It's just a matter of, are we getting it to the right people which are being affected? That's what the problem is. That's where the early warning system, we need to work on it in terms of getting the message to the right people at the right time for them to be able to react.
Quite an interesting one, Mpho, but I'm going to let you give us a sense of how things are looking on the weather front, because a lot of people are worried. Do we have possible rainfall? What do we have for the rest of the week? So it's over to you.
Thank you very much, and a very warm welcome to the weather desk. Let's take a look at those conditions over the country. We start looking at tonight's conditions. We're still expecting rainy conditions, but only over the certain parts of the country, over places stretching all the way into George and into the interior of the Northern Cape. Just partly cloudy conditions as we move towards Gauteng, Limpopo, and also Mpumalanga for tonight. Now moving on to tomorrow's conditions, also still expecting rainy conditions over the southern parts of the country, now stretching into that interior of Free State all the way towards parts of Gauteng, also expecting some morning fog patches as we move towards the escarpment of Mpumalanga. And also, it's going to be a clear day as we move towards Gauteng, stretching up into parts of Limpopo. Now, looking at some warnings, we do still expect a level 2 warning of damaging winds over that interior of the Northern Cape. And also for tomorrow, those damaging winds are expected to stretch into parts of the Northwest Free State and all the way into the interior of the Northern Cape. So please, let's be careful over those areas. We're talking with speed of up to 50 kilometers per hour over those areas. Now, in terms of temperatures, we're still expecting some relatively chilly conditions, especially over Sandland. We're expecting a minimum of 5, 12 over Upington, 11 over Bloemfontein, 8 will be your minimum over Johannesburg and also over Polokwane, with 14 over Musina, and also as we move towards Durban, expecting a minimum of 14. But it is going to be a warm day as we move towards KwaZulu-Natal for tomorrow, with a high of 25 over Durban, 30 will be your maximum over Pietermaritzburg. Also expecting warm conditions as we move towards Limpopo, with Musina at 27, Johannesburg at 20, Upington expecting high of 28. Extending forecast now expected for Wednesday. Cold front expected over Cape Town. It is going to be a weak cold front, just causing a 30% chance of showers and rain over that coast. It is going to be a clear day over most of the country, especially as we move into Gauteng, stretching all the way into Limpopo. We're expecting a hot day on Wednesday, but it will be a warm day over most of the country, especially over Upington. That's all the weather I have for you. Stay tuned.